My name is Honorable ADEWALE ADEOGUN. I was born about 58 years ago in Abeokuta, capital of Ogun State, where I had my elementary primary school. I moved into Lagos exactly in 1976, and I have lived almost all my life here in ADEWALE and Nigerian local government, where I completed my primary school, where I went to tertiary institution, including teacher training college, where I equally started working and became the education secretary of this very important local government. I went ahead to become the chairman of Committee of Education Secretaries in Lagos State, as well as the deputy national president of Education Secretary in Nigeria. Yeah, it's a long story, but I have to start from where we met. We met in 1992, while I was campaigning to become the Senate of Lagos West. He came visiting here in ADEWALE. I know then, as a young man, I was a teacher, and we are one of those that went to meet with him. He met with us. I don't know what he saw in me. He picked that special interest. In fact, he gave me money. I don't know. I can't count the number of money he gave to me. So people ask, where do I know Asiwaju? I said, no, he saw it in me. Because at that particular time, I was vocal. No inter-house sport that happened in ADEWALE that I was not part of it. I was a commentator. I was an MC. So then, I was the MC of that program. So he saw the action in me and invited me and gave me money. And since then, I've picked interest in him. So when he became the governor of Lagos State, it behoved on me that is somebody I must work with. Meanwhile, I've told you, I work in Lagos State. So he was my governor, and a very decent one indeed. And I've seen so many things in him that I've equally want him to take over and do for Nigerians in Nigeria.
So, working with Asiwaju, how did you feel?
I feel fulfilled. Because let me give you an example. In 1999, when he became the governor of Lagos State, right in front of my school here in ADEWALE, there was a very high heap of refuse. Within the first 3 months of Asiwaju, that place is called Achapo. That heap became leveled with the genuity of Asiwaju. And that was where I picked interest that this man would be not only a magician, but somebody who can talk and do. So meeting with him has been a kind of tonic to my life, because I look forward to working with him at that level, as well working with him in the nearest future. And that was why I went all out. I was one of the first to come out and said, Asiwaju, come out and contest. After the first election, the presidential election in 1999, he invited the National Union of Road Transport Workers. And this is another story entirely. After the first ballot, where we have skirmishes in Lagos State, and I feel it was orchestrated by the National Union of Road Transport Workers, Asiwaju invited them to Bodilon and scolded them that I never asked you to fight anybody because of election. Election is supposed to be democratic. I was at Bodilon that day with our former Senator Ganiu Asiwaju Solomon. He took me with him, and Asiwaju lectured us and said, if you want to be a Democrat, you must allow everybody to exercise their referendum. He scolded them, including MC Olomo, all the leaders of National Union. It was then I know Asiwaju is somebody who can accommodate everybody, no matter who you are.
So he has a large heart.
He has a large heart, and he accommodates everybody, no matter what you are, no matter what your sentiment is. That they are start learning something from him, that you must accommodate everybody. No matter what you are, whether you are a man, a woman, a man, a Muslim or Christian, or a pagan, you must live in peace with one another.
So, we're still talking about Asiwaju. Asiwaju is somebody that when Asiwaju goes out, somebody sees Asiwaju, everybody wants to be Asiwaju. Do you think we can still have another Asiwaju in Nigeria?
Really, some of us are learning to become what Asiwaju is. You can hardly become an Asiwaju. You can only learn from what he is. And this is one of the things I've just told you is something about him now. He repeated it after the first balloting here in 2023, when he lost election in Lagos State. He didn't come for violence. He only say, those who voted against me, I call them my brothers. Call them and let them know why it has to be me, why it has to be Asiwaju. The Asiwaju that we know, that we have clamored for, is somebody that we know that what he did in Lagos Shade will be a child's play towards a large-hearted man as in stock for Nigeria. I believe that Nigeria needs a Democrat. We never had a Democrat as president or as a head of state in Nigeria. We are going to start having one on from the 29th of May.
So coming that Ashwaju is elected as the president of Nigeria, do you think we'll have different changes in different aspects of in security, so many things that we are lack through the present?
Looking at his antecedent, Asiwaju is somebody that can think outside the box. One of the things that we saw in Asiwaju is that he has been tested, so he should be trusted. He governed Lagos State. He didn't rule Lagos State. He governed with special kind of people, competent people, people from several backgrounds, people who can think as well and advise Asiwaju, this is the way to go. People who can face Asiwaju and said, sir, let us do it this way. And that was why he formed so many agencies. I can't start calling, but agencies of government that other states are now copying. What is it? If I start copying, talking of names, we won't live here. You want to know what I'm talking about? Is it LASMA? Is it Waste Management Board? Is it economic team that he used an able man to head? Is it somebody that has gone even outside the state to pick people that work with him? Asiwaju is the first governor in, yes. He doesn't discriminate. Asiwaju is the first governor in Nigeria that brings people, Igbos. Asiwaju brought an able man to become a commissioner. He brought an Hausa man to become a commissioner. He brought people from outside Lagos to become commissioners. And I have to tell you another story. When I finished my tenure in 2015, and there was this agitation that I have to spend one tenure, I approached one of our leader, the former governor of Osun State, ADEWALE, who was then a very, very close ally to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They are sit together. But you know what I'm talking about. We approached him. I said, it is only Asiwaju that can give that order. ADEWALE directed the late Alhaji Badmus to take me to Asiwaju. Asiwaju saw us around 1 a.m. that very night. In the morning. 1 a.m. When we got there around 12 midnight. Asiwaju was going out for a meeting. He came back and met with us and said, ADEOGUN, you have just finished a tenure at a local government. Please move up to the state level. I know you are from Ogun State. Please move to Ogun State. I will call your governor to look for a space for you. And Asiwaju did. Asiwaju called the then governor. He called the then governor of Ogun State, Senator Ibukla Amosu. One of my boys coming to Ogun State. He is from your state. Please embrace him. He has something in stock. Though I was not able to get what Asiwaju wanted, the chairman of my council, but I was given the position of the secretary of my local government. So I have to start afresh, using my experience in Lagos State in my local government. And since then, I have been operating politically from Ogun State. And when the tenure of Amosu was coming to an end, I equally came to Lagos and approach, where are we going? Because I have that mentality that those who operate in Lagos, many of them have the mentality of an Asiwaju, because he will never take an impossibility for an answer.
But they don't behave the way Asiwaju behaves.
That is mentality. That's a human being. But they tend to learn from him, but they don't behave like him. It was then I was told that the next governor of Ogun State will be Prince Dapo Abiodun. Why? He gave us reason that Dapo Abiodun is somebody who is coming from this is an entrepreneur. He can do this, he can do that. So I pitched my tent with governor. In fact, I met with Governor Dapo Abiodun when he came to visit Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu immediately after the presidential election of 2019, before the governorship election. And to God be the glory, he saw it in me that I supported this cause. And I was told from Lagos, please do not take anything from Governor Dapo. Work with him with all your heart, which I did. And today, I am enjoying the benefit of that hindsight because I was given a position in Lagos State as a member of Ogun State Universal Basic Education Board. And that is an Asiwaju for you. Asiwaju will always tell you, if you can do it, it depends on your capacity and your competence. Asiwaju deal with people with competence. He has so many allies. But it's not all those allies that can be given an appointment under Asiwaju. You look at you, look at what you can do, what you can bring to the table, whether you can take us out the boss, and that is what Asiwaju is. So many people will be surprised with the kind of leadership is bringing to Nigeria, with the kind of assemblage of competent people is bringing to Nigeria, no matter where you are coming from.
Nigeria will turn to a mega city.
Definitely, that has been our prayer. In fact, through Asiwaju. In fact, when it became imperative that Asiwaju was not coming to contest, I went to the press and I threatened Asiwaju. I have the video. I was one of those who went to the press. Asiwaju, we are not only begging you, we are only cajoling you, we are only going to force you to come and contest. We are commanding you, are begging you to please come and do it on time, before we start seeing so many of these Rastamarians coming to throw their heart into the ring. And behold, 2 months later, Asiwaju visited President Muhammad Buhari and threw his heart into the ring. Now, we are enjoying that benefit.
And he said,
I was on the grand day he said Emiloko in Abeokuta, in the presidential villa, in presidential lodge. He came to visit Ogun State. I was with him. I recorded him directly. And if you look at that video, he said with passion. In fact, I never thought, he never meant all those statements. They were only coming spiritually. Because he was not, he had never thought, he never planned for it. Because he was talking to elderly people. There are people of 80, 90 people, 90 years old, sitting in Asiwaju's front. And was telling them, thank God, I am with my elders. I am going to tell you what I have never said before. I said story about how he did this, how he made the current vice president to become the vice president after so many. You see, he
build people, but the people Asiwaju, they should be loyal to him. But many of them is not loyal.
That is human character. And like I've told you, many of us are learning. Human character, you can't take it. And some are inborn, some are culture. You see, from the background Asiwaju has.
That's why I told you it takes a long way.
Yes.
We only have those Asiwaju once in the blue.
And if you hear his story himself, from the humble beginning, who trained him was like a petty trader. He was not born with silver spoon in his mouth. He learned by the rope. He learned in a hard way, not in a simple way. So probably he has seen everything about life and he has discovered that, it is better for me to do this. And he said it. One of the things he said when he said Emiloko is that he has empowered hundreds, thousands of people, that he does not want people to write Nigerian history without his name being mentioned, as somebody who not only has empowered people to be in position, he has equally tested that position, and he has said, he has done what he has been asking people to do. Today, if you look at those that are ruling today or that govern Nigeria today, substantial part of the percentage are from the school thought of Asiwaju. And Nigerians should be happy. Yoruba should be happier. Before this administration, you cannot find any Yoruba man in the first 10 people governing Nigeria. Asiwaju brought us to number 2, the first president, to number 4, the Speaker of the House of Representatives. What else do you want? So when people say Yoruba people, part of our culture, and we know one of our fathers there said Yoruba Ronu. I don't know whether it was a curse. But I think that curse has been broken by Asiwaju. With Asiwaju as president-elect, it happened, I think, in 1993, during Abiola. Before then, it happened during Awolowo. It was a Yoruba man that judged that case, that gave Awolowo the unceremonial 12th third. Well, you now said to third of a state where, you see, don't let us go into the rhetorics. And in 1993 as well, we saw what happened after somebody has been given the mandate by the entire Nigeria. We saw Yoruba people going to sell that mandate. Yes, of course. I think maybe he had a documentary, just like we are doing now. He has watched the documentary, he has seen the pros, he has seen the coin, he has seen the negative and the positive of how to be civil and how to be original. And he went all out. Asiwaju went all out, and God gave him that power. The health issue that people thought will break him down. I don't know where Asiwaju got that power during campaign. Asiwaju, we were told, might not sleep in the night, attending to people. I will be the first person to work in the morning.
Like that can be that they can't sleep, every day working, going around 36 states. Don't you think it's something else?
We know.
His head is sick.
Like me, one of my theory in life is that punctuality is a solo business. Don't leave what you are supposed to do today till tomorrow, or otherwise it will backfire. When he was supposed to do that work, he did it. After the election, he has gone to rest. In every bribe, even if you are a civil servant.
Even when he went out to rest, people are still saying that Asiwaju he's sick. He's doing. I don't understand people in the world.
It is normal. Asiwaju today is over 70 years old. Some 70 years old fathers or mothers cannot live, cannot walk. Even some 40 years old man today, you can see their hands shaking. So Asiwaju has been empowered by God to come and deliver this race in Nigeria. So those people who hate Asiwaju, my begging, my appeal to them is that they should please just give this manager. You know why? Nobody should feel threatened under Asiwaju's presidency. Asiwaju is somebody who is coming to govern a united Nigeria. It will not. I'm very sure Asiwaju will not pray that Nigeria should disintegrate under his watch. Therefore, I am not sure Asiwaju want to believe that somebody is an Igbo man, somebody is a Yoruba man, somebody is an Hausa man, somebody is an Igala. What he wants is, what can you bring to the table to make Nigeria better? And if you have it, and you can prove it, I am sure Asiwaju will be your big strength. So those who are thinking that he is not fit enough, I think they should have a rethink. He came back yesterday. He landed like an eagle. And we saw what he did. He blew kiss for everybody. That is to tell you, my people, I am here.
You know an eagle.
Yes. Yes. He has gone to take his rest. It's even as a civil servant, you are entitled to 30 days leave, annual leave. If you are a businessman, you impose that rest on you, otherwise you will break down. Asiwaju has given himself the necessary rest to be able to face the challenges of those who love him, of those who hate him, the challenges of being a Nigerian first and an African second. Because you cannot take the position of Nigeria again from Africa. Nigeria has been a giant of Africa, but I'm very sure Asiwaju is bringing it back. I'm very sure Asiwaju is bringing it back.
Everybody in Africa was happy, jubilating and congratulating Asiwaju in Africa today that I think maybe Nigeria have sent the best president.
They need him.
Don't you think so?
They need him. They need an Asiwaju. They need an Asiwaju because almost all the presidents and head of state in the African continent, even beyond the African continent, have congratulated him. Those who have not, maybe they are still typing their congratulations, because I know you don't have a choice. An election has been held. The umpire have declared a winner. a letter of recognition has been given to him, which we call certificate of returns, have been given to him. So from Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu to President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu, now to His Excellency President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, great commander of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and commander of the armed forces of Federal Republic of Nigeria, by the special grace of God, from 29th of May 2023.
Yeah, Honorable Adeogun, thank you very much. What we are talking about the youth now.
ADEOGUN.
You know, the youth, they are more concerning that Nigeria can go forward if Asiwaju comes to the president. But Asiwaju Bola Ahmed, in his own speech, saying we will never forget you. Youth is capable.
He has repeatedly said it. Even during campaign, youths are given special position. And I want to give it to him.
Most of them did not come out for the election.
You can't force everybody. Election, democratic leanings is by choice. Millions of you did not vote. Some of them were playing football. They are much more pronounced on the internet than going through the. But we have those who are progressive minded. And that's why I want to give it to the youth leader, the national youth leader of APC, Dayo Israel. He started the job very well. He mobilized Nigerian youths, especially those in the APC, during the campaign. He mobilized them during the election through so many of his programs too. You saw him wearing uniform, army uniform, navy uniform, police uniform, just to bring the youths with him. I mean, after the election, he has started telling them, my people, election is over. It is now time for governance. Let us show it to our president-elect that we can work with him. Our capability and capacity have to be tested. And I want to give it to Asiwaju. I think 2 or 3 days ago, I saw Asiwaju writing a congratulatory letter to one on Ayonlo. A very young man, before a president-elect, he can write a letter for a birthday of a young man. That shows Asiwaju has the spirit of being there. And if you see some of the people he appointed as commissioner while he was governor of Lagos State, many of them are in their early 30s. Now they are babas. They are like Banire, Moise Banire, all these people, the current Oniru of Iru, the current chief of staff to Lagos State governor, all these people worked with Asiwaju as late their 20s.
Our ministers.
Yes, but Fashola was a very young man, I think 39 years. He became governor at 39 years, worked with Asiwaju for some years. So the youth should, yes, the youth should not be. In fact, I'm even trying to say to start to probably beg God to bring me back as a youth, because I know the youths will have more of Asiwaju bite in this government. I equally want to say it to you that the women too. That's another angle. Yesterday I was speaking with the national woman leader of APC, Dr. Betta Edu. I saw her with Asiwaju. She has equally been doing a lot.
So you spoke to her?
I spoke to her yesterday. She called me yesterday because I saw her with Asiwaju. I called her. She called me back. Yes, I give it to her. Better, you have been doing well. A woman of so a very young woman. A very young woman. So I believe that woman will have a better space in Asiwaju the presidency, because she is somebody who has a very large heart. And you can see where Asiwaju is coming from. She's not a Yoruba woman, but she has been able to make that woman colony to back with Asiwaju. She's respected by both old and young. So I want to give it to Asiwaju that the women, the youth, in his presidency, I am very sure he will be given a better place. And look at his son as well. This is the first time we are seeing a president not only having a son that is, supporting him, but having a son who has another progressive, no, I'm coming to that. Having a progressive platform. If the father is in Kano, he is in Lagos. If the father is in Maiduguri, he is in Calabar, talking to youth, talking to elders, showing character of how to be a family man. If people say, if people say Asiwaju is not a family man, he has shown it. Then the issue of Iyaloja, don't forget that Iyaloja has the same mentality with Asiwaju. Iyaloja was trained by the same person who trained Asiwaju. Iyamogaji trained Asiwaju. Iyamogaji trained Iyaloja General. So you can see them with the same method. I've met with her severally. I've had program with her. I have talked with her. She's somebody who is a multi-talented woman. No matter, give it to her. Give it to her. I have teased her severally that if you say you are her first daughter, don't mind Sheyi, I am the first son. Because all of us now have become sons to Asiwaju because we have learned from him. So Asiwaju's mentality is total, both in his real life, in his family. Those who are saying he has done this, he has done that, they should equally bring their own report, their own track record, and compare it side by side with Asiwaju track records. As a Democrat, as a family man,
He has become the president of Nigeria. What in terms of security, what do you want Asiwaju to lay on and force?
Number one, security. You see, there are so many injustices. And like I said, Asiwaju is somebody that has a very large heart. He will listen to you and probably know where you're coming from and what you have brought to the table. Most of these agitations, some of them are born out of the fact that there were so many injustices. And Nigerian coat of arms said, peace and progress. There can never be peace without justice. Progress brings about development. So when we all know that the person there will give justice to everybody, and you should know that there are so many sentiments in Nigeria. We have religious sentiment, we have political sentiment, we have tribal sentiment. Asiwaju is somebody that has gone through most of this in his household. He is a Muslim, the wife is a Christian. He is from a Yoruba race. Most of those that work for him are not from Yoruba race. He is a man, he's not a woman. But he has been working with men. He has allowed his wife to go to the Senate twice. In fact, when people were saying a woman place should remain in the kitchen, Asiwaju believed otherwise. When Asiwaju started this race, I had an interview, and I want to take you to another dimension. I said Nigeria is lucky to have two presidential candidates in one, because the presidency now we have 3 senators rolling one. The president was a senator, the vice president was a senator, the first lady to be is currently a senator. So there will be synergy between the executive and the legislature. Yeye Tinubu knows majority of those that will be the senator. She knows the Akpade Alude in the Senate. So there will be a lot of synergy in Nigeria. My brother, my people, Nigeria was a senator. No matter how short-lived, he was a senator. Asiwaju was offered the position of Senate presidency. Don't forget, I said I know about him in 1992. He didn't have it because of Abiola. It was not possible because, the Senate has been, inaugurated. The system there was a little bit different. The Senate has been inaugurated before the presidential election. He knew if he was to take the presidency in the Senate, then automatically the president will not come to Yoruba. So he left that position for Yoruba race. And he got one of the best positions in the Senate. That is House Committee on Finance, which was one of the choices. So it shows how good he was. So I am telling Nigeria, I don't know where we came about Asiwaju, but Asiwaju is a God sent. For those who still not believe in him, please don't feel threatened. Give Asiwaju the first chance. And I am telling you, in the next 4 years, just like we beg Asiwaju to come and contest the first, Nigerian will be begging Asiwaju to come and run in 2031.
Thank you very much. Your name once again.
My name is Honorable Abdul ADEWALE ADEOGUN. I am currently a member of Ogun State Subeb. I am equally the founder of National Coordinator Asiwaju Progressive Forum 1. I am the convener Bola Ahmed Tinubu Support Group Management Council 2. I am the National Coordinator Coalition of All APC Support Group. And last but not the least, I am the coordinator of Tinubu National Think Tank. These are professionals.
Are you not part of the PCC?
Yes, I am a member of the Presidential Campaign Council, special SDG, that is Sustainable Development Goals. It's a very, very critical aspect of the PCC under Obanikoro. I am a member. I am equally a member of the Tinubu Shetima Independent Campaign Council in Abuja. I am equally the state director of support group in Ogun State, and also a member of the campaign council for ADEWALE for Senate. So if I can count on and on that I have laid all my life down for Nigeria through Asiwaju. And I believe from May 2029, we are not doing this for us to have any appointment, but we will have it. We are doing it because we believe Asiwaju will make everybody happy. The appointment is secondary now. I am telling you this for a fact. The appointment of an individual is secondary. What should be paramount in our mind is what Asiwaju will bring it to the table to make Nigerians look like Nigerians.
Sorry, Asiwaju coming May 29 as the president. Given your appointment, will you do the way Asiwaju is doing it?
Of course, I told you we have.
Oh my!
Of course, I have told you that we have started learning. In fact, I have started learning with some of the people that I take along now. I don't go out alone now. I am telling you, I started learning not long ago, because I believe that Asiwaju did not get this president because he has money. Asiwaju did not give me a dime, and did not give most of the people working for him a dime. Yes, he didn't even tell us a lot. We saw in him that those he has empowered to equally empower people.
But many of them did not empower people.
That is human capital. That is human problem. That is human character. That is human tradition. You cannot take it away from them. If you are bad, you are bad. Yoruba will see any burumo. Many of those Asiwaju have empowered worked against him in Lagos State, worked against him in some other part of Nigeria. But today, God has made him to rise up. And I believe, I know Asiwaju know what he's doing. Asiwaju know what, and Asiwaju is somebody that will always reward you for what you have done. So whatever you must have done for Nigeria, through Asiwaju, you will be repaid in your own cause. But what thing I want to assure Nigerians is that we believe in Asiwaju, and Asiwaju will bring about the best in Nigerian for a better Nigeria. To be best giant, to go back to our idiom, which is giant of Africa. Nobody should feel alienated. Nobody should feel threatened. Asiwaju is coming to govern a united Nigeria, where nobody should feel, I am an Igbo man, I am an Hausa man, I am an Ijaw man. To me, I'm a Yoruba man, and I love Asiwaju. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Honorable
ADEWALE ADEOGUN.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.